Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here for the start of the all new LCR Formula 4 Championship. This is done in the Ford EcoBoost 200, a mighty machine, and just in the background is my qualifying laps. Yeah, this series is something new to LCR back on Forza Motorsport, so as you guys are fully aware, I had to get involved in this series. And yeah, quite looking forward to this one on the whole. This Ford is actually really good fun at the end of the day. The format for this series is actually pretty much the same as Formula 2 in a sense of pole position earns you 4 points. The first race is the standard F1 point scoring system of 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 4, 6, 2, 1, and then obviously 2 bonus points for the fastest lap. And then the second race is obviously like the Formula 2 sprint race, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1 I think, with another 2 bonus points for the fastest lap here. Like I said, on board is my fastest lap from qualifying. And yeah, week 1 is here at Road Atlanta. I'm not actually 100% sure where the calendar takes us over the course of this season. I'll need to get it back up if I can find it anywhere at the end of the day there. But yeah, I'll be honest, this car quite good fun to drive around this track. You know, Road Atlanta is a track that I've always enjoyed quite a bit anyway. In most cars, it can just be a little bit difficult. It's a weird one. It's a track that I enjoy, that in quite a lot of situations hasn't actually gone all too well for myself at the end of the day there. It sometimes runs well, sometimes doesn't at the end of the day there. But finishing off my qualifying lap, a 1 minute 23.8. There was definitely a bit more time to find at the end of the day there, but I'll certainly take that. It was pole position in the end by 7/10 of a second there ahead of Welty, who some of you may recognise from other series that I've done in the past on all different games. He's one of those guys that's super consistent anywhere he races there. Fens, CK, my teammate, once again, we represent SsangYong Chungus Racing this year. We bring back the power of SsangYong and Chungus once again there. LCR Apex, obviously LCR Alex, I should say. Scott Amazed, Rosenqvist, and Typhon Killer. And then it was Boris Letterbox as well down at the rear of the field. But for the first race of the day, then we are going to be going at 2:45, or maybe not, as you're about to see, because Alex can't count as we get ready for this race there. We are ready on the grid, and I was a little bit worried that I was going to get a jump start, so we're sort of going to go and then brake and go, and I don't know what that was. CK's just going to go for it, and he's going to move straight from 4th into the lead of the race there before we even get down towards T1 there. Scott's going to move up to P3, Welty's going to drop down to P4 off the start there. So yeah, certainly one of the weirdest starts I've had in league racing in recent weeks there, and that's why Forza trying to base it on the race start time can be a little bit tricky at the best of times there. But yeah, we're all over the back though of CK at the moment here, but he has such an advantage down the back straightaway here. You can see by lap 2 of the Grand Prix, obviously lap 1 was just the formation lap, everything like that, so it is only a 20 lap race for the first race of the day there. You can see we're going to be able to get a really good run on CK here as we head out on to one of the smaller back straightaways here around this Road Atlanta circuit. You can see already just how much of a run he's going to be able to get down in towards the next couple of corners there. We were running a bit too much downforce, I think it was quite clear. We were making up almost a second in the first sector of the lap, obviously, if we got it hooked up, and then, as you can see, pretty much losing it all on this back straightaway here. You can see coming down the hill once again here. We're going to try and give CK, in all honesty, a bit of an accidental squeeze at the end of the day. I thought he was fully past us there. These Formula 4s are a little bit bigger than I realised, I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, CK, just look at the gap he's able to pull before we even get down in towards the final chicane of the lap here. Monumental run there. We did strip some of the downforce off, ready for the second race of the weekend here. But yeah, you can see through the final corners though, just how much time we regain once again there, as we're going to be side by side as we head down in towards turn 1 there. And I know CK well enough to know that if you try and keep it up the inside and into a corner like that, it's not going to work out well for either of you. And yeah, so there's no real point in doing it at the end of the day there. We see coming through T1 there, CK is going to run a little bit wide there. We're going to be able to get the run up the hill here. He's going to try and give me a bit of a squeeze there, actually muscle us almost onto the grass, so I probably didn't help myself as we head through the couple of corners there. But yeah, CK holds on to the lead down. We're going to drop right back down in to Welty's clutches here as we head down the hill once again here. And yeah, just like CK, I think Welty had even better top-end speed. I'll be honest with you guys. Setups are allowed to be changed, but I don't think people were really focusing on them all too much in this league. You know, no one's really sort of super sweaty on Forza here. You know, we're all just doing it for a bit of fun at the end of the day. You know, there's not even an LCR t-shirt up for grabs. What's even the point of this series there? But yeah, we're going to balls up our run onto the back straightaway here once again there. And Welty, although he was probably going to get past us anyway there, he's just going to make it even easier for him as we head down this long back straight here. You can see just how much time both him and CK getting. I honestly thought at this stage we actually had some engine damage, but yeah, it was all just the downforce on this car. Like I said, we did take a fair bit off for the second race, and we were much closer there. I'm pretty certain CK was running basically no downforce on his car there, which is probably helping him in that situation, but making it incredibly loose through the first half of the lap here. And we're going to take a bit of a gamble to go for our first and hopefully only pit stop of the day here on the end of lap 4 there. Very early stop in this Grand Prix, but hopefully it's going to mean that we can come out in a good place there. I'm really focused on trying to get a bit of an undercut on the rest of the field there. It won't really be done through the tire delta or anything through that. It will just be through raw pace, obviously, if we've got the pace to try and make it work there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, though, nonetheless. As you can see, skipping on, though, to the end of lap 6 there, setting a 1 minute 23.5 on the end of that lap there. That was my fastest lap of the session so far there. See, coming down towards turn 1 there. There is CK and Welty there coming through turn 1 there, and we have been able to make the undercut work on the pair of them there. We are now back up into the lead of this race here. We're only a third of the way through, though, and CK, yeah, still, well, probably going to have a very quick car throughout the second half of this race here, so we need to continue on and build up a bit of an advantage here, and that's what we do over the next few laps of this race here. You can see by the end of lap 12 here, Typhon Killer would be the last man that would make his pit stop in this race. You can see the delta just absolutely plummeting here, and yeah, and back now up into the lead of this race with just 8 laps to go here in Road Atlanta here, and yeah, you can see coming through the first couple of corners, so still trying to settle down into a rhythm. This car can still be a little bit unpredictable through the S's there. You can see by the by the start of lap 18 here, we're going to get a good example of just how unpredictable this car can be through the S's. They're completely grounds out. We get a nice twitch and into the wall, and some nice front end damage is going to completely ruin our first race of the night there. And I don't think the others heard me, but they were like saying, oh my god, what's Matt done? Did he just slow down for lols and then have issues or what? But no, I did say a couple of times I completely stacked it by myself there. So yeah, really not the race, or really not the moment that I needed in this Grand Prix. Now, unfortunately, the damage, although it wasn't impossible, we were losing about 6 seconds a lap by then and the end of the Grand Prix there. So we would drop all the way down to P4 at the end of the day there. Luckily, it was only a couple of laps to go. It wasn't worth making another pit stop there, and with the reverse grid, it's hopefully going to give us some good stead for the second race there. You can see we actually bin it through the final corner of the lap as well, through the race there. And yeah, P4 at the end of the day, not quite what we would have wanted. We definitely lost out on quite a few points there, but we did still get the fastest lap of the day there. Clean laps take priority over dirty, so yeah, we got the fastest lap anyway at the end there, which is obviously really important at the end of the day. But it was CK taking home the race victory there, so at least Sangyong Chungus did it still take the W ahead of Welty. Fens in third, myself fourth, Typhon in fifth there, ahead of Amazed, Apex, or Alex even I should say, Scott, Boris and Rosenqvist down towards the rear of the field there, making, well, both of those guys having to make 3 stops in that race there. Not really what they would have wanted at the end of the day there. We're getting ready then for the second race of the day. We are going to be starting once again on the front row here due to the top 5 reverse grid here. Only top 5 because there was only 10 cars ready for this one, but we are going to be going at 2 minutes 30 this time around, and I'll be honest, I'm just going to go for it when the clock hits 2 minutes 30 at the end of the day there. 3, 2, 1, and it's lights out and away we go. They're ready for the second race of the evening. They're getting off to a pretty decent start this time around there. Welty's actually going to be able to get a good run down towards turn 1 there as well, and unfortunately Typhon not quite getting the start that he would have wanted. Means yeah, we're now up into the lead of the race nice and cleanly off the start there, and yeah, really happy with that one as we head through the S's here. And this race I just wanted to try and build up a margin and just see if we could hold on there, but unfortunately as we head on to lap 7 of this race, well, I've choked the first race of the night there. The second race as well, we just get caught out on the curbs there, a bit unlucky with that one, and the sucky grass was going to send us out there in a horribly slow sort of moment there. And yeah, that's unfortunately going to give Welty the lead of this race there. And yeah, that's going to mean that unfortunately with just a couple of laps to go here, as there was nothing we were really going to be able to do in this situation there. And yeah, a bit unfortunate once again, I'll be honest with you. And yeah, really a bit gutted with that one again at the end of the day. Perhaps this is the start of my downfall on Forza Motorsport 7. I mean, really it happened in the IndyCar series where I took no race victories there. But yeah, that was a bit unfortunate as well there. Yeah, we are now behind Alex once again, although he's a lap down in this Grand Prix there. So yeah, we're still holding on to P2 at the moment, but Welts is like 3 seconds up the road, and he was only a couple of tenths slower than me a lap, so definitely we weren't going to be able to close that down unless he made a mistake at the end of the day there. See, coming through towards the final few corners of the final lap here. We just aim to try and get the fastest lap once again here as we head down through the final chicane. Once more, they're attacking the curbs as best as possible there as we head through the final couple of corners. Now, Welty's going to be able to take home the second race victory of the night there, and it's going to be P2 at the end of the day for ourselves. So 1 minute 23.503 there, so 2 fastest laps within, what, like 20 thousandths of each other? I think at the end of the day does mean that we get the 2 fastest laps. So 4 bonus points from that and another 4 from qualifying means we've picked up 8 bonus points at the end of the day, which has basically carried me still to within, you know, the top guys after the end of the first week. Now, Welty takes home the W ahead of CK, Fens, Typhon, Amazed, Scott and Apex scores the last point now with Rosenqvist and Boris Letterbox both not getting through to the end of the Grand Prix there. And yeah, that means at the end of the first week, though, it is CK leading the way on 35 points now. Welty in second on 33. And with all of our bonus points, we are still up in third place there on 32 points at the end there. So only 3 points off the top obviously means Chungus, Sangyong lead the way in the Constructors as well. CK trying to look for our second title, for, you know, as teammates in this series. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well and you do want to watch more League Racing and LCR Formula 4 on the channel. I have now got the calendar up. It is Le Mans next week, Spa, Nürburgring, Mugello, Suzuka, and Brands Hatch rounds out the order in this championship. But yeah, that'll do us for this video then. Hopefully next week out at Le Mans I can stop choking, but yeah, we'll wait and see about that. I don't remain too optimistic. But yeah, good fun car, good fun series. Let's try to get better. Let's get good.